What's going on, ladies and gents, and welcome back to a brand new video. This is Web Dev Journey, and today we're going to be talking more about S3. So S3 actually does have a lot of cool features. That's why we're still talking about it, because, well, the other features are very beneficial for you guys. Okay, so let's say you have older data that's just sitting around your S3 bucket, but you don't want to delete it or get rid of it for that. You just don't want to get rid of it. So you could actually create a lifecycle policy that will automatically move the older files to your S3 bucket to a cheaper storage class within S3. This is why it's another feature of S3 or another bucket. And the cheapest storage class that's in S3 is called S3 Glacier. With Glacier, you're charged a fraction of the monthly fee for the files that you put in here. So it's great for server backups or for log files that you just need to keep around for auditing purposes, All right. Just like, is it just me or do you guys keep an extra freezer? I have an extra freezer in my garage, but anyways, just like that extra freezer that you have, anytime that you pull out your data, you need to let it thaw out. This could take several hours. So only put data in here that's infrequently used and you're willing to accept a long wait time before you can access it again. So let's actually try to do that. We're not going to really do it. We're going to see where it's at exactly. So we're going to go to the S3. And I forgot I have so many buckets. Objects can be public. See that? Anyways, all right. S3 demo. Let's go right here. And let's actually upload something, add files. Let me upload another thumb. But we're not going to upload it. We're going to click on next. And this screen, you could actually put, you can actually set up your permissions for that file. But let's actually go to next. This is what I want to talk about right here. This is the different storage classes that S3 has. And I do have a chart up here that will tell us more about it in a way. So this chart on AWS website, I will have a description or in the description, gives you a pretty good overview of the differences in the storage classes and how many availability zones your data is going to be replicated into for redundancy. You'll notice that the one zone class or one zone storage class is only replicated into a single availability zone. This storage class is really good for third redundant copies of your on-premise backups because it's kind of cheap, not really, but it is cheaper obviously. And you can get your data back faster than you can with Glacier. But since this is your plan C or hopefully plan D in a data redundancy plan, you don't need it to replicate. You don't need it to be replicated across a bunch of availability zones. Availability zones. Okay. And it's protected against failure like your other data. So let's actually go back now. We're gonna actually close it off because I'm not about to create a glacier for a thumbnail. So let's actually click on the management tab right here. Okay, so right here, this is where you could actually create lifecycle policies that will automatically move older files into your S3 bucket to a cheaper storage class, and then maybe even eventually delete the files entirely if you just don't want them no more. On the properties tab up here, properties, you can see a few other things or a few other features of S3. So versioning lets you keep point and time versions of your changed file. Static website hosting lets you host an entire static website directly from an S3 bucket. If you use GitHub pages, you might understand this. It's sort of like that, but a little more basic, where you can use a static website generator like Jekyll to host a simple blog or marketing site without JS or WordPress or even databases. And there's quite a few features in here. Those are the two that I know of. I don't really mess around with the other ones. But in the permissions tabs, okay, this is where this will actually let you control public access to your bucket. But I cannot stress how you really need to read the docs about this kind of stuff, because this is you just don't want to make everything a public kind of thing. So just read the docs, or actually just read what's going on. You don't want to make things. This is where a lot of people actually mess up and make stuff public and where things that they shouldn't have. So another cool feature for S3 is actually called CloudFront. It's a service that AWS provides. Now, we already know with S3 buckets, you could actually host static content for your website like images and videos. But with CloudFront, you can push the contents of this S3 bucket to edge servers all over the world. So let's say that if you have users in Ireland, your videos will load faster for them because they're being served a local copy from the Ireland data center. Now your users in Tokyo or your users in Brazil, for this, I'm just making up examples, I'm not really sure. Tokyo, Brazil, wherever you want, will be served content from the data center that's closest to them. CloudFront is a content delivery network. We all know this as a CDN that can mirror your S3 bucket all across the world, and it's a lot cheaper than a plane ticket to Tokyo. So let's actually go back to S3, Amazon S3, and we're gonna create another bucket. Create bucket. Let's give it a unique name. I'm gonna say mine is going to be. This is going to be a public bucket, WDJ, and we're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. Yes, we are going to be making this bucket public. So down here, right here, public, block off public access. We're gonna uncheck that. Now all of our bucket, all the content in our bucket is going to be exposed publicly. So yeah, just be careful what you put in here. So let's actually I acknowledge that everything's going to be public. So let's actually create bucket now. Damn it. Bucket names, not there. Okay, look at this. Uppercase characters. Okay, we cannot do that. So I'm going to say public bucket, WDJ. All right, now create bucket. All right, let's get inside here. Where is it at? Right here. Let's actually upload a picture now. Let's try to do this. Add files. Another thumbnail. Let's do it. But it doesn't have to be a static image like we're doing right now. You could actually upload HTML files or an entire folder of statically generated content and host even an entire website here if you wanted to. I'm just doing a picture. But anyways, click next. Down here, we're going to actually grant public read access to this object, and we'll give you a warning about how this is going to be public for everyone. And this is a part where a lot of companies actually make the mistake, or I think they make the mistake right here, because there's actually a website. Let me actually go to it right here. This is all of the leaky buckets, 10 worst Amazon S3 breaches, and you're gonna see a lot of breaches in here. Look, July 27, Dow Jones, WWE, Verizon Wireless, Time Warner Cable. Like, these are a Pentagon. And the reason why this happens is because things like this right here, they're granting public read access to this object, thinking that this is just for their coworkers that actually could get inside this public through AWS. That's not the case. But yeah, just be cautious about this. We're gonna click next. We're gonna click on the standard storage class. That should be automatically checked for you. Click next and then upload. And if we actually go into it and go to this URL, you're gonna actually see. You could actually see my thumbnail or whatever you chose to put in here. We could actually see it this time. We're not getting an access denied because we made this public. And I'll just have this in the description as well, just for hell, so you could get into it. I don't know. Now you might be wondering why we actually created another bucket. That's because we're gonna actually be using this bucket, since it's public and not private. We're gonna be using this bucket to actually create or use CloudFront to replicate this bucket across several edge locations for speed and redundancy. So let's actually do that over here. You already know. Click on services, type in CloudFront right there. And then we're gonna click on create distribution, get started. Now this page is extremely overwhelming, but the only thing we're gonna mess around with this right now in a way, is right here, the origin domain name. So once you click on it, you should get auto-populated with the S3 buckets. So we're going to be clicking on the one we just created, which mine was public bucket WDJ. And then down at the bottom, we're going to hit create distribution. Do not worry about any of these things, even though you can learn about them by clicking this eye right beside of them. And it'll tell you exactly what it does. So let's actually create distribution. And it's going to be in progress for about, I'm going to say like 5 minutes or so. But the important thing is this domain name. This domain name it's our worldwide copy of our S3 bucket. So if I actually grab this, it's still in progress. I don't even know if it's going to work or not. But if I grab this, paste it, let me press enter for right now. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. I don't even know why I did that, but don't worry about it. I just forgot about that. What's it called? That PNG I put in there. I forgot what it's called. This right here. This is what I need. This is what I want. That right. Where is it at? Where is it at? Right here. I'm gonna copy this because now over here what we could do is do /. We need to do the exact path that we used in our S3 bucket. Same thing right here. So to get to that PNG, I need to do the bucket and then / the PNG. And I didn't even copy it. Why didn't I copy it? I don't know. Copy, paste. There you go. Control save. Yeah, okay. We're not going to be able to reach it because it's still in progress. Where's my thing at? Let's go back to services. CloudFront. Yeah, it's still in progress. So I'll come back to you and then we'll test it out. All right, it just deployed. So now if we actually go back over here, refresh the page, what do you know? We get our AWS initial setup thumbnail. Obviously, you cannot go into the root if you're trying. If you thought you could, you can't. It's access denied. Obviously, you need to go to the specific thing that you actually want, which is this right here. All right, so that's it, guys. That's it for this video. We're going. We just went over CloudFront making a CDN. You know, you already know what CDNs are. You dealt with front end already, so you know what a CDN is. And also, we talked about S3 Glaciers as well, and how they're both beneficial, obviously. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. In the next video, we're going to be talking about networking. You know, virtual private clouds, VPC. There's a lot of things we're gonna have to go over. VPC, internet, and NAT gateways, elastic IPs using VPNs. You know, it's just a little bit more than what you guys are used to, but it will help you though. It will help you. I'll tell you that much. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really do hope you actually learned something from this, and thank you for spending time. Your time is valuable. I do not understand that, and thank you for spending time watching these videos. So leave a comment down below on what you thought about the video. If I could do something different, make it better somehow. Like the video if you liked it, you know, or if you didn't like it, tell me down in the comments as well, you know. And also subscribe to me if you haven't. If you like the content that I'm doing and you like actually watching me, well, not watching me, listening to me, then I would greatly appreciate it. I really would. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.